Hey everyone, same damn hoodie here, and welcome back to my vinyl reviews. Today, we're going to go with, I don't know why I keep saying this, but the third album, the Beatles' Hard Day's Night. Now, I do have all the albums on mono, but I'm not going to get them out until we get to the more, the better albums, like Help and Sgt. Pepper's, and as we go on. Because, as I mentioned in a previous video, I have really bad dust allergy, and those 50-year-old records make me ill. So I'm gonna leave them out until the better albums. But I say better albums. A Hard Day's Night is one of their best early albums. It's a soundtrack to the film, so hands in the air. I've never seen the film. I need to sit down and watch A Hard Day's Night and the Help film and Magical Mystery Tour. I haven't seen any of them. The Beatles fan that I am. But still though, the soundtrack is fantastic. And, you can't blame them. Blame them? You can't, I can't down on a Beatles album. There's no Beatles album where I can say, it's just not very good. All their songs, there isn't a bad Beatles song, which is amazing for a band's career. And I love that front cover. I love I know the photos, but what is it, like a film? What is it called? I don't know. Let's talk about music. I'm good with music. It starts with A Hard Day's Night, which I forget his name, but the producer for the film, or the director, wanted something like a big start, and that led on to how A Hard Day's Night starts, with that opening riff, that opening key, whatever you want to call it, the dun, which sounds great, especially on vinyl. It's a great way to start a song and an album, and it's a great song, great opening track. I Should Have Known Better is great. If I Fell, Happy Just to Dance, I'm Happy Just to Dance With You is a great song. And I Love Her is the best song on the album, in my mind. And I believe the really beautiful Dreamy Guitar by George Harrison they were in the studio, and George Martin was saying that it needed something extra, it needed something there. So George said, hey, what about this? And of course it's amazing, because it's George Harrison. And tell me why you cry, and why you sorry. But yes, that's an amazing song. Can't Buy Me Love. Who doesn't love that song? Paul McCartney sings lead vocals, the whole lead vocals on Can't Buy Me Love. And it was the first Beatles single where he had done that. So John Lennon felt a bit threatened as the leader of the band. So John apparently wrote all the lyrics, 99% of the lyrics to the rest of the songs on the album. Anytime at All is a great song. Things We Said Today, I'll Be Back, you Can't Do That. They're all, A Hard Day's Night is the first any album that was primarily written by the people singing it. All the songs on this album were written by the Beatles, which was a first for music, because in the late 50s, early 60s, it was quite common to just do a cover of a famous song. Like on the last album we talked about, the Beatles did a cover of Please Mr. Postman, which I think that, the covers are great. I love the Beatles covers, and there are more covers in later albums, but I think that this album, for being the first album that was just primarily their own songs, I think it's great. And I also need to sit down and watch the film. So this is the 2009 stereo remaster, which I can get out. Oh, these 2009, oh god damn it, just stay up. Right, like that. The 2009 digital remasters are great. I don't see any, I've never had a problem listening to them. The only album that I've had a problem listening to is the Abbey Road one, but there might be a problem with my copy of the vinyl. But you know what? Scrap what I said in the earlier video. I'm going to cut and find the 50-year-old one. I'm going to get ill. Wait until it gets to 6. And I'm back. This is, I believe the album came out in 1964. On the back you can see 1964. Point to it. 13th of August. It's just really cool. And so obviously it's 50 or 56 years old. I can do maths. See if I can get it out for you. Right? Now this is the first Beatles album in mono I picked up from My Friendly Record Store, which is the actual name of the record. Actually, there's something I want to do. I'm gonna. So I should go careful because it's special. But will it focus? Come on. No. Camera doesn't want to focus on the right. Sorry about that. And side 2. But what I'm gonna do for you lot. I don't know where I'm gonna be able to do it. So no. I'm gonna have to hold them. But God, can we like? This is like. No. No, that doesn't work. Oh well. But yeah, that's a hard day's night. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time when we go over the Beatles for sale.